Hello viewers, welcome back to our grammar and writing skill coaching. Today we'll study one more important topic, identification of poetic devices. Poetic devices play indeed vital role in poems. So let us learn some important poetic devices which are asked in exam.
Alliteration. Students, to identify alliteration figure of speech is very simple because it reflects repetition of consonant or vowel sounds at the beginning of words. The repeating sound must occur in the first letter of neighboring words. That means in words, when first letter, whether that letter is consonant or vowel, when it is repeated, then we can understand that it is alliteration. Now, in all the examples, different words we have, but in every word first letter is repeated. So here I have highlighted words in blue color, so you can understand that when letter is repeated in words, so it is alliteration. Second literary device is simile. Simile is a figure of speech in which two dissimilar objects or concepts are directly compared with another through the use of as or like. That means here two objects or two concepts are being compared with like or as word. Okay, now let us see with example. They fought like cats and dogs. Here they can be compared, it is a pronoun. Okay, so they can be people, children. So the children, if we consider that children fought like cats and dogs. He was as brave as lion. That means here a person is compared with a lion with as word. Third example, she is as beautiful as flower. So girl is compared with the flower. It is as cold as ice. Here this object is, another object is compared with ice. Another object, so it is compared with diamond. So when we get, listen here, when we get as or like in words, so understand that it is simile. As or like, that means we have direct comparison in simile. Our third poetic device is metaphor. Metaphor is also, we find comparison, but indirect comparison. Now before that we have studied about simile. In simile we get a direct comparison, okay, with like and as word. But in metaphor we are having comparison between two things, but they aren't like. They are not like, but they share some common characteristics, and that's why we say that in metaphor we get indirect comparison. Now see the example. He was a lion in the fight. That means he fought like a lion. So here in bracket I have explained the meaning. Okay, that means he was lion in the fight. So he is compared with lion. But here we are not getting like or as word. Okay, that means indirect comparison we are getting. Second example, the classroom was a zoo. That means classroom is compared with zoo. His shining star is compared with a star. Fourth example, her tears were a river flowing down her cheeks. Tears are compared with river. The calm lake was a mirror. Lake is compared with mirror. Now in all the example we have studied that two things are being compared, but these things are compared indirectly because we don't have here like or as word, and that's why here in metaphor we are having indirect comparison. Okay. Now next poetic device is antithesis. Now to identify antithesis also very simple, because here we get two opposite ideas, either opposite ideas or opposite words. Okay, so simply you understand that when we get opposite words in example, in sentence, so easily identify that it is antithesis. Now suppose love is the antithesis of selfness. The easy may be the antithesis of the difficult. Now here with example we can understand many are called but few are chosen. So many and few both are opposite words. Speech is silver but silence is gold. Speech means to speak and silence means to remain quiet. Okay, so that means again here speech and silver both are opposite words. Okay, third example, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Small and giant. So giant means huge. Okay, So small and giant both are again opposite words. So understand that when we get opposite words in example in sentence, so easily identify that it is antithesis. Now next literary device is personification. Personification is the figure of speech in which a thing, an idea or an animal is given human attributes, means qualities. The non-human objects are portrayed in such a way that we feel they have the ability to act like human beings. Now in simple words, that means non-human objects, that can be animal, idea or thing, if they are given human qualities or they are treated as human being, so we can say it is personification. An example, now see an example, what thou sorrow seems to win. Sorrow, it is a concept, okay, but sorrow, it is given quality to win. Actually human being we win, okay, but sorrow is given the human quality, and that's why it is personification. Next example, animals are so placid and self-contained. Animals have given human quality of placid, that means calm, and self-contained means self-sufficient. So here these qualities are with human being, right? We human being are calm and self-sufficient, but this quality is given to animal, and that's why it is personification. Animals show their relations to me and I accept them. Animals have given human quality of showing relation, right? Here human being we have relations, we maintain relations, but not the animals. But here to the animals this quality is given, and that's why it is personification. Now inversion. Now what is inversion? So as a literary device, inversion refers to the reversal of the correct order of subjects, verbs and objects in a sentence. Now see the example. Never again will you do that. Now students, the correct sequence of sentence is subject, verbs and object. But here in inversion we find the words in incorrect grammatical order, not in proper sequence. That means what is the proper sequence, what is the correct sequence? That subject, verbs and object we have generally, okay. So if the sentence, the words are not written in proper grammatical order or in proper sequence, so we can say it is inversion. So in first example, never again will you do that. That means you will never do that again. It is the correct sequence. That is first subject, verb, then the object. Second example, yesterday saw I a sheep. Yesterday I saw a sheep. This is the correct sequence. Under this stone was he buried. He was buried under this stone. So what did I say? Inversion. Inversion means nothing but words if we find in incorrect grammatical order, then we can understand that it is inversion. Repetition. Repetition, this one is very simple. Repetition in a figure of speech where a word or group of words is repeated. It is used to create rhythm and bring attention to an idea. Now very simple word. You know that in alliteration we had seen that letter is repeated, but here complete word is repeated. Okay, when word is repeated in sentence, so easily we can understand that it is repetition. Alone on a wide, wide sea. That means see in the first example, wide, wide word is repeated. Okay. The president said work, work and work are the keys to success. So work, work, work. So work word is repeated thrice, and that's why it is repetition. Don't ask me again and again. So here again word is repeated. And tautology. Tautology is the repetitive use of phrases or words that have similar meanings. In simple words, it is expressing the same thing, an idea, or saying two or more times. So this one is also simple. That means in tautology, in simple words, we get different words, but they have similar meaning. That means we get two different words with similar meaning. Maybe two or three words we get, but they have similar meaning. So when we get the two or three different words with similar meaning, so we can say it is tautology. It was advocate enough. So now see the words. Advocate enough, both have, words are different, but both words have same meaning, and that's why it is tautology. Euphemism. When a harsh, unpleasant or strong idea is conveyed in mild terms, it is known as euphemism. In simple words, that when any harsh, any unpleasant thing is conveyed, is told in pleasant way, in happy way, so that is euphemism. He has gone to rest with his forefathers, meaning he is dead. Okay, he is no more, but still what is said, that he has gone to rest. So in a pleasant way it is uttered, and that's why it is euphemism. What thou, death at times steps in and calls our best away. That means life can stop anytime, right? So maybe our best way. Best away means our dear ones, right? They may die anytime. So that means this statement also indicates same thing, right? Anyone can die anytime. So it is uncertain completely, but still in a pleasant way it is uttered, and that's why it is euphemism. Second, next example, people don't go to the prison. It's a correctional facilities. As we know that if we understand the meaning of the sentence, that means if we are imprisoned, so definitely that is a punishment for us, correct now? But what in the statements, how it is said that if we go to prison, so it is a correctional facility. That means we may be, what wrong we have done, we will correct that, right? So it is not a kind of punishment for that if we go to prison. So in a pleasant manner, in a pleasant way, it is uttered, it is expressed, and that's why it is euphemism. Transferred epithet. Epithet means nothing but an adjective. So transferred epithet is a figure of speech that refers to the shifting or transfer of an epithet from its proper subject to another word, noun with it. That means in simple words, adjective is transferred from subject towards the noun. Now in example we will understand, she had a terrible day. That means she is a speaker, right? So the speaker, that means she has experienced very terrible day. So this adjective, this epithet, that is, it is transferred from her, from she to the noun. Now see, in simple words you understand that if we get adjective in the sentence which is transferred from subject to noun, so understand that is epithet. She spent a sleepless night. So the night was sleepless for her, okay? But now see here, sleepless, it is epithet, it is an adjective, because adjective always come before noun. Night, it is noun, okay? So simple way you understand that when we get adjective in the sentence, so it is transferred epithet, okay? And why it is called transferred epithet? Because here epithet means an adjective is transferred from subject towards the noun. I had a wonderful day. Wonderful, it is epithet. Again, it has come with noun. It is describing day, right? A wonderful day. How is the day? Wonderful day. So this wonderful, it is an epithet, and that's why we say that it is transferred epithet, because it is transferred from I to day. That is from speaker to noun. Paradox. A paradox is a statement that contradicts, that means opposite, itself, or that must be both true or untrue at the same time. Now see here, here we will get in paradox, we have statement which gives us opposite idea. Now you must be remember, we have studied antithesis. In antithesis we are having opposite ideas, two opposite ideas or two opposite words we get, okay? But in paradox we are having opposite idea of complete statement, means complete statement only gives us opposite idea. For example, see here, save money by spending it. That means what is the opposite idea we are getting? Either we can save money or we can spend it. This is the beginning of the end. Either the beginning or the end. Your enemy's friend is your enemy. Now friend also said here and enemy also said here, okay? That means it is also giving complete opposite idea. The king is dead. Long live the king. Now king has been died, but still they are saying that long live the king. So if you say that king will live in hearts after his death, it's okay. But here it is said that the king is dead, long live the king. The king is dead. Long live the king. Either king will die or king will live. So here also this statement tells us that complete opposite idea is given. Okay, that means two complete opposite ideas we are getting here. Onomatopoeia. In this figure of speech, the words convey the sound of the object or ideas expressed. That means if in sentence the objects gives words which create sound or any idea which creates sound is onomatopoeia. The cart rattled along the road. That means the sound of the cart is known as rattled. Now the word rattled, it is onomatopoeia because this rattle, it produced sound. The guns thundered all day long. Thundered. The sound of guns is known as thundered. So this thundered word again it produced sound and that's why it is onomatopoeia. The lion roared as it chased its prey. The sound of lion is known as roaring. Okay, so here the roar word is onomatopoeia because it also indicates sound. The owl hooted in the tree. So this hooted word, it is known as the sound of the owl and that's why it is onomatopoeia. So in simple words you understand that the words which produce sound is known as onomatopoeia. So viewers, I hope you all have understood identification of poetic devices. Please give me your suggestion about this video in comment box. Thank you.